Do we go? Well, thank you. Hey, by the way, hello everyone. Welcome to week number 3 of our podcast here. We are live from the Hogg Daddy's Bar and Grill and Cantina in Golf Boulevard here in beautiful mid-Florida in Clearwater Beach. So we are so excited to be here. Today's a little bit
Very
different.
excited.
It's a little bit different today, and the reason for that is because we have some scheduling issues that are coming up this weekend, but we didn't want to leave you without an episode of our show. I mean, we would not do it, right, Jeff?
Very, very important for the new hundreds of fans. We wanted to keep the show fresh, going, and updated.
That's right. And by the way, everybody knows I'm Benny, Captain Benny, and a boat captain also. But here he is, the boss, Jeff Hogg.
Wow. For the hundreds in attendance and the thousands watching on Hog Daddy TV, they're on YouTube. Got a little beach bar down here on Clearwater Beach called Hog Daddy's Beach Bar and Grill. We've been open here coming up on about a year and a half. We have all these TVs, the sports packages, different rooms, different volume, a great beach bar, sports bar menu. So I knew my man Benny here had a lot of experience on the radio, so why not do a podcast?
Why not? I think it's great. And I want to say right now that I know that the people who love to watch this show, instead of, I know you have these bucket specials, right? A beer? What are they again?
That's true.
What are the bucket specials?
You
Can
got,
remind everybody?
right now during football, we're running domestic buckets and 20 wings for $45.
All right. Well, if you watch this show live, you get a bucket of coffee to keep you guys awake
right.
until we come off the air in a little bit. How's that?
That's 100% correct.
All right. Hey, listen, before we start, I got to show you something. So, you don't know, but I used to work in radio in New York back in I'm going to age myself, back in 1986, 87, 88, when the Giants won the Super Bowl, the Mets won the World Series, and I worked for these two wonderful announcers that I'm going to say, Bob Grant. Nobody knows who these people are. Bob Grant and Art Rush Jr., and they were very nice when I actually started making money to give me this.
This is going to be pretty spectacular.
So, we are now live on the air. They actually gave me this as a gift. This is a traditional WABC in New York, up that, and then every once in a while we may go like this if everybody's falling asleep. So, we're going to go on air right now.
And I think it should be important to stress, everybody, please look for the applause sign, please.
Yeah.
So some sort of attention to the show, if possible.
Right. Now, let's talk, before we go jump into college football, I do want to talk to you a little bit about last night. I was here. You were pumped up. You had a great crowd for the opening of NFL. Your team, Dallas, I know you love them. And I woke up this morning, and I was, I kind of felt bad because I know how pumped on you. How do you feel today, Jeff?
Well, I think the average Cowboy fan, and I consider myself a pretty big Cowboys fan, last night was kind of weird. We, of course, have had, 30 years of disappointment? I think so. 96? 92, 93, 95. 95 was our last year of glory. But the one thing that's kind of happened to the Cowboys is all the big games we get beat, of course. Online, social media, they talk about how Dallas chokes. So we had a lot of demons last night. We'll get into the Micah Parsons situation in a minute. But I got to tell you, Benny, the Cowboys came out, drew first blood. The defense, I believe, someone can comment here if I'm wrong, held Barkley, the Philadelphia Eagle running back, number one running back, to around 60 yards for the whole game. And I believe we kept Jalen Hurts contained. I think the Cowboys played one of their better games for an opening game that I've seen against, let's face it, as much as I hate the Eagles, I got to respect them a little bit. They got the best team in the NFL right now, and we were a couple of catches away. I know almost only counts during horseshoes and hand grenades, but a, cou- a couple of catches away from winning the game. So my general emotion is I'm excited for the season. You know, you got to get into the playoffs and anything can happen. I think that's what's important for this team right now. Dak Prescott, I thought looked exceptional. So I believe I'm optimistic, the right word.
I thought the game was a great game. It was a lot of momentum. I will tell you that the whole thing with the spitting incident which happened, which I heard before I got here, there's a possibility, and I may not know. Maybe they already did it. There could be a 5-game suspension with $25,000 fine.
Yeah.
But Philly won on that with so they beat the Cowboys with that guy. But unfortunately, they lost a big guy, and I know Van Summer, and I can never say his name right. Looks like he's got an Achilles injury, and that Achilles tendon injury, which could be pretty big. So we'll see how they go. But I want to say that.
Well,
go ahead, Jeff.
Yeah, I think I wanted to jump in here on the spitting incident. A lot of attention from the Phillies side has been made of that Dak Prescott potentially spit first. It's true, but as football players, baseball players take their mouthpiece out, whatever it is, whatever you want to call it, he was definitely far enough away from him and definitely spit down at the ground. It's obvious that. And listen, it's football. Let's just go ahead and say if you're soft, you shouldn't be out there. I don't condone spitting on anyone, but he spit right on Dak right there in front of the referee. I don't think he had a choice. And let's be honest, represent your team.
He's definitely going to get a big fine just because it was on national TV in the first game of the week. So they're going to send a message. This is not something they're going to accept. And I want to just say that, you were talking about Dallas's record. I got a surprise for you because for everybody who knows me, I am a New York Jets fan.
Wow.
I've been miserable my entire life. And I am
Jets. I love it.
Wearing the shirt underneath
unveiling
to show you. I'm
the
unveiling
Jets shirt.
the new shirt. Now you have to understand if you come here every week to Hogg Daddies, every single Sunday, you're going to notice that I'm the one who's going to be yelling Jets. I get very quiet at the end of the season because we're normally out of it by Halloween. Hopefully we can be out of it by Thanksgiving. I'll go for that. Giants have a great team in New York this year, so I think they're going to be much better, situated for that. But I am going to wear this for today in the big opening that happens on Sunday at 1 o'clock here in Hogg Daddies.
Wow. Benny, now that you bring that up, I've done a lot of research. As you know, it's part of my pre-show prep. But looking over at that.
5 minutes of it? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Hey, don't give away my trade secrets.
No, I'm joking.
I'm looking over at that. I don't even know what color green that is for the Jets, but obviously it's the team colors. But a question came to me like I was looking into the past, the Hogg Daddy's crystal ball of past, not future, because we don't know where that is. Did you become a Jets fan with Broadway Joe?
No, when you're born in Queens, the way I grew up, if you're born in Brooklyn, it was a split. If you're born in the Bronx or Staten Island, you were a Yankee Giants fan, and everything was in Queens was a Jet and Met fan. That was all driven by our dads and their dads. So I love the Giants. But that's how it all kind of
Now everyone knows. I like it.
Yeah.
I wanted. We usually don't spend this much time on news, but I wanted to chat just for a second. Last week, Benny kind of wanted to talk about the Micah Parsons trade. I haven't seen any updates. Maybe we'll discuss that next week after we see what happens Sunday. But the weird thing about it was there's a lot being said about the Cowboys. Well, I led to it in the intro there about it, but the Dallas Cowboys really didn't miss a beat. But I will say one more defensive or two plays or a guy that could have got to Jalen Hurts, Michael Parsons could have made the difference.
Yes.
But as a unit, I felt the unit was a lot better. So I just kind of wanted to talk about it. And the last thing I wanted to say about it, there's a lot being said right now that he might be hurt.
I know.
that he
I
may
heard
not
that.
play.
I actually heard that this
So
morning.
kind of weird, kind of a strange trade, a lot going on with it. But I just wanted to, as a Cowboys fan, I wanted to talk about it briefly.
Well, who plays? What do they play next? Oh, they're playing. Oh, they're playing the Giants next week in Dallas. Dallas is the favorite. That's going to be a good game because it's another rivalry game. It's a big.
I think so.
You know, these first games, the NFL is so smart. Like the Jets are playing Pittsburgh. They're so smart in getting these marquee games in the front of the season to get these players like pumped up and get set the stage as we go along the season. So it's actually going to be pretty good. Now tonight, again, this is a pre-tape, but tonight it's the Chiefs and the Chargers. And we'll see who wins there. I'm going to go with the Chiefs on this one.
I believe I'm going to go with you.
Yeah, I'm going to go on this one. Just a couple of other notes. You're traveling. You're going to go where? What's the big event?
Headed up to Indianapolis this weekend. I'll be going to a Purdue game, and I'm also going to the Colts-Dolphins game, maybe?
Whoa.
Oh, we got a Colts fan in the house?
Where's the Colts fan?
Oh, they're cheering for the. Oh, sorry.
Oh, right. They're from Indianapolis.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Going up to visit my partner Chuck Goodrich up there. You guys familiar with Gaylord Electric up there? Ever heard of it? Yeah. Incredible human being. Going up there to see some of the stuff he does, and actually tour that facility up there. So I'm extremely excited about it. So I wanted to mention tonight also, along with the NFL game, we are the unofficial home for the Louisville Cardinal watch party. And tonight they're playing James Madison. Louisville Cardinals usually show up here with 20, 30 people.
Right.
I have to mention Don and Jill Delaney. Great people here in the community. I wish I knew the name of Don's company so I could promote it on here. These guys do a lot.
I'm sure we will next week.
Yeah, well, official sponsor of the show.
Yeah, exactly.
They're here enough. So we're proud to have them. Louisville does a great turnout here. We have many college teams that come here, but that's kind of the update for tonight.
Especially talking about sponsors. Let's talk a little bit at Coors Light.
Coors Light, they are the official sponsor for College Game Day, and we have a great partner here with J.J. Taylor, who's their distributor. Man, they jumped right on board with this. They're doing giveaways. Part of this podcast will also create Bucks tickets giveaways, road shows. Coors Light's going to be here every week, doing things for Hogg Daddy. So we're proud to have Molson Coors here. They're a huge sponsor for us for all big sporting events. And, of course, J.J. Taylor, the local distributor, is a great business partner for restaurants and bars. So we're proud to have them tag along with us on this adventure.
No, we always thank them, and we really appreciate it. Hey, I'm just going to do, I've been standing. I'm going to sit down. You know what I did today?
I don't know. Tell me.
My wife, Katie, got one of those stationary bikes, and it took me 3.5 hours to put this thing together.
Oh, I thought we were going to go into chafing.
No, I'm not going into that. This is a PG-rated show.
Sorry.
But I had to do, like every other husband has to do, put something together that you can't see at my age, the manual, the directions, or anything. You have to use a mic. You had to use a mic, like a magnifying glass to even figure out where I was putting it. But I did get it done. But it's kind of bothering me. And before we jump into college football, I need to ask you: have you had any fan mail yet?
I don't want to call it fan mail. I mean, but then again, I don't want to put out publicly. We've been threatened to get off the air. So
Yeah,
of course, I'm kidding.
No, but I will tell you, I have gotten fan mail, and I really appreciate. Well, listen, I'm retired. I'm a boat captain. The only mail I get is AARP. They send me the same card every week. Like I keep losing it. I don't lose it. And cemetery plots.
Medicare? Any Medicare stuff?
They just want to bury me. But because of my height of 5'5", they've actually offered me 50% off. You know how embarrassing that is? But they're going to put me like by the parking lot? Anyway, but I consider that fan mail. And of course, my mom always sends me a nice note and tells me she loves the show. And I know she's going to watch tomorrow.
That's very nice, Benny. That's very nice.
And that's good. And one last thing. Right now we're looking at the U.S. Open. and I can never pronounce these names correctly, but Djokovic is
Any U.S. Open fans in the house
Yeah.
that could pronounce the first name?
what's that? Oh, okay, great.
All right, very good.
Well, I'll tell you, like I said on last week's show, I don't watch tennis. For some reason, I love it during this time of the year, and every year my wife has to explain to me everything. But last night, as I was dozing off, I know there's a lot of people who do this. I am dozing off, so I can't see the screen, and this is all I hear before I fall asleep. Oh! Oh! 20 love. That's all I hear.
Yeah.
Put me right to sleep, but it was
Yeah.
good. I'm sure you a lot of guys have that.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Wow, a lot of people just walked out. What do we have, a fire drill?
You know, one thing that we score really high on this show is awkward silence. I mean, we're hitting that at 10.2
Yeah.
on the meter. It's awesome. It's
That's why
unbelievable.
we have a whole bunch of seagulls sleeping
mean,
outside in the shade. All right,
Oh,
let's
man.
get to some
I'll
college
tell you what, let's
football.
jump into college football. A lot of rankings, a lot of different things happen, but we'll get started with Ohio State. They come in at number 1 this week. Of course, they took care of business with Archie Manning in Texas last week at home. I believe we called that game. Buckeyes did their job. The weird thing is they're playing Grambling. Of course, we're going to pick the Buckeyes, but even Vegas, I don't believe at this hour has put out a line on it.
I don't believe they have.
So they it'll be a blowout of epic
Hey,
proportions.
by the way, remember last week, what was it, Florida, LIU? They didn't put a spread, so Florida won 55-0. I thought the last minute they put out a spread. No spread.
We'll talk about your favorite team, the Lone Sharks, later in the show. Number 2, Penn State holds their position. FIU rolls in to play the Nittany Lions. It seems like all the ranked teams, other than 1 or 2 marquee games this week, kind of get a cupcake schedule after the opening game. FIU has a great little quarterback, Jenkins. He's doing well. They're really hyped up on him, but look for Penn State to roll on this game also. LSU holds its spot, moved up. After a win at Clemson, they get La Tech at home. Chip Kelly talked about his team a little bit, kind of talking about improved areas and just different things. There was a kind of a weird thing. Dabo Swinney said both teams didn't play that well, but in all honesty, LSU's defense kind of dominated that game, and LSU comes out with a victory. They get to go back home to Baton Rouge and take on La Tech.
Do you know the spread? This may have changed, but the spread on this game is 37-5.
Yeah, a lot of some of the spreads just are incredibly
Lopsided.
Yeah. But that's what happens when some of these smaller teams come into these Power 5 football stadiums and all the hype. So
Right.
at any rate, LSU's a huge favorite, and they will roll. Same with Georgia. The Dogs, ranked number 4, holding their spot. Austin Peay comes into Athens this weekend, and for sure Georgia will roll. You know, I always have to mention Kirby Smart, and when it comes to the SEC, nobody does it better. You know, he's one of the top 5 elite coaches, and you know, what else can we say? Georgia will be there in the playoff hunt. They'll be ready to go.
I think that's, I'd go with Georgia, too. I think they're just a team that's just going to be very dominant this year. If Debbie's watching, our neighbor, she's probably jumping up and down and agrees with my...
Hello, Debbie. Moving on to number 5 in the rankings, man, the Canes, this kind of a rivalry. We mentioned it going back against Jimmy Johnson versus Lou Holtz. Miami took care of business, and they had a huge jump in the polls from 10 to 5, moving up to number 5 in the rankings. And the weird thing about it, they beat Notre Dame. They have a ton of new starters, and really just performed well. I didn't know this. This is part of my pre-show research.
Right.
They're playing Bethune-Cookman. Hopefully I said that right. And they hail from the great state of Florida, which I did not know. I do now. From the big city of Daytona Beach.
Daytona Beach? I would never have known that. Wow.
See, look how smart we're. I mean, by the time we're done here, we'll also be the smartest podcast.
Okay.
I wouldn't bet on that.
Yeah, I like to see the odds
or
on that
these
one.
picks. Thank you, Brooke. Coming in at number 6, Oregon versus Oklahoma State. A lot, I think Oregon's favored by 28 in this, which is odd. The Cowboys are usually a pretty good team, well coached, but both teams won last week. Dante Moore, as we mentioned last week, is also a quarterback who will probably be in the Heisman runnings.
Absolutely.
Probably be a top draft pick. And, of course, they destroyed their week 1 opponent. Oklahoma State, I believe, is starting a freshman quarterback, and I believe they'll get creamed. I'm gonna go
with that.
I'm gonna go with Oregon steamrolls the Cowboys. Number 7, Archie Manning's team, also touted as a Heisman, again coming out for the draft. Texas coming off the loss at Ohio State, which honestly, if Ohio State holds the line, wins their big conference games, I mean, Texas is probably back in the playoff run. They get another cupcake with San Jose State. No sense in saying much about this game. Horns roll.
I'm just going to go back. This is a big week for, I think, Manning. I think it's a big week because a lot of, I mean, you have to remember the age and the pressure. The amount of pressure here has got to be incredible. And last week, a lot of articles, he said, yeah, it's on me, it's on me. It's the first game, his first big game. But I think this is a week where you may see a little bit of the noise that he's been getting down. We'll see. The noise will only get better if they lose this week. I mean, actually, will get worse, as they move on. If he doesn't get, even just not win, but play better.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of love this story in some sense. Because of the Manning tradition, and again, my show prep eludes me here. The story of Manning, I don't know, it's on 30/30. It's pretty cool. Archie goes to Ole Miss. Just this whole family history. Some of the sons didn't do well, were awesome, but got injured. But this whole Manning family quarterback thing is kind of cool.
It is. It is.
I mean, and they're good people. There's so many stories about the Manning, Archie, what they do in New Orleans for people, and of course Peyton and his philanthropies, what he does for all of his communities, no matter where he's been, and they're just great. I just think it's
yeah. And if you get an opportunity, if you haven't already, if you want to watch one ESPN Monday Night Football game, you'll see they'll have Eli and Peyton Manning with a guest talking their version of the game. It's like a side view. It's an alternative viewing to the regular. But I think they're terrific. You can't look at them and say, hey, other than the best family in football, I think they really are.
definitely football royalty.
Yeah.
Moving on to number 8, Clemson gets Troy, Circle City up there in Dothan, Alabama. A lot of easy games, like I mentioned, for the ranked teams. Dabo Swinney, Clemson coming off that rough loss at home. Clemson needs to take this opportunity to kind of define their defense against kind of a subpar team. Of course, this will be the game where they get upset, my luck. But I think it's just a game where Dabo Swinney needs to come in and hit the hard run. I mean, with a real balanced attack. Troy has a transfer quarterback out of West Virginia.
Right.
Goose Powder. They're putting a lot of hype on him for their conference to win. But again, Troy will be out man for this. Look for Clemson in a rout. South Carolina coming off a win last week over Virginia Tech, which is a pretty good win for South Carolina. Plays in-state, South Carolina State. The Gamecocks coming in ranked in the top 10 for the first time in 10 years. Their quarterback also has had some mentions about the Heisman. And again, might want to just peek in on this game. South Carolina won their conference championship last year. Not a bad little team. We'll see what they can do.
Not at all.
Maybe they'll score a couple of
Hey,
touchdowns.
before we go on, what do you think about that whole North Carolina Bill Belichick first game?
I mean, the odd part about it, he's, and I'm an older guy, but everyone knows in the media he's kind of dating left his wife, and whatever reason, whatever floats your boat, and is kind of dating a younger woman.
Yeah, I don't think he left his. I think he was divorced. Or
Oh, was he?
I don't know.
Yeah, please. Well,
I'm
by the
clearing
way-
it up for our legal Hogs entertainment.
Yeah,
team.
let me put a mention in here. I really don't know what happened. A lot of this is made up, as
Right.
most of the show. But I saw her on the sideline asking Belichick for a 50, and she left the game after that. I don't know if she was leaving early or going to grab some Chick-fil-A, but I did see him on the sideline. I'd like to know what was said.
Well, it's funny. He still has
And-
that same face that he had in the NFL.
Yeah.
There's been so much hype, probably too much hype, on his success there. Obviously, the balloon has been deflated, which might be actually a good thing for them because there's a lot of pressure with him and a lot of pressure with the team. This weekend's going to be kind of interesting to see exactly what direction they go. So it was a weird game to watch to me, but we'll see.
Yeah. Interesting. Well, I think at this moment, who do I have here on the floor? We got the lovely Brooke behind the bar. Everyone can give Brooke a wave. We have Stacy on the floor.
Hello, Brooke.
Y'all make sure to tip your waitresses and bartenders, of course. I don't know if the owner should say that up here, but I am. And also Lex on the floor. Thank you guys for being here early for the show. We appreciate it.
Well, we want to try a trivia question?
Yeah, we got.
Let's try one.
got
What's our
several.
gift? What's a winning prize today? We don't have anything here, so
the
we have to go to the
first-
Hogs closet.
The first prize is always a Hog Daddy shirt you get to pick out.
Okay. All right, let's try this question. How many national championships did Nick Saban win at Alabama?
How many national championships did Nick Saban win at Alabama?
What did Brooke? 3?
Brooks said 3. We have Katie with 4.
Anybody else? What'd you say?
7.
Our trust. By the way, the trusty producer came in really early today to make sure we got on the air. So big thank you,
Mike.
for Mike. Thank you, Mike. The answer is actually 6.
Congratulations, Mike. You won a Hog
Mike, you
Daddy
won a
shirt.
Hog Daddy.
We forgot to mention that come within 1 or 2, and you still win here at Hog Daddy's
Now,
Trivia.
additional is
Thank
that-
you, Victoria Stapleton.
Yes. Actually, +1. He actually won 1 with LSU, so it's 7 altogether. 7.
So, Mike, you're right. All right, Mike, our producer, gets to pick out a shirt before he leaves today.
All right. This is still. You know how I love trivia. You ready? This is an NFL question. Which NFL franchise has the most Super Bowl victories?
Anybody?
What franchise has the most Super Bowl victories? You know what? I'm gonna.
Give a hint.
There's 3 teams. Let me give you a hint. Actually, there's 2 teams.
It's not the Cowboys.
Not the Cowboys. It's not the Jets. It's not Dallas. Let's talk about the Northeast corridor and then into the wonderful state right next to New Jersey. What? Okay, one of them, the answer is one of them are the Pittsburgh Steelers. There's one
Victoria,
other-
you win a free shirt. By the way, the next trivia question wins a $10 gift certificate.
Wow.
But that'll be later on in this dynamic
Wow.
show.
And then the second team is the New England Patriots. They both have won 6 Super Bowls.
That's right. Very interesting.
Indeed.
All right, moving on to the top 20 here. Coming in at number 11, Illinois will be traveling to Duke. Illinois is one of those teams ranked this year that's not normally ranked, heading over to play Duke. Neither team was tested in the first week. The Illinois quarterback Altomeyer has done a really good job showing promise. Diaz comes to Duke, though, out of Penn State. I like Duke in this. Illinois is going to be favored, but I like Duke in this. That Penn State defensive coach pedigree and just that long line of coaches over there. I think Duke will surprise somebody. They're an underdog. I'm not buying it. I'm going to take the Blue Devils possibly to cover or win.
Got to go.
Just kind of my upset of the week.
Got to go with.
You going with Illinois?
I got to go with Illinois in this one. Yeah.
Another one, Arizona State, ranked number 12 in the nation, traveling down to Starkville, Mississippi. Mercy. If you haven't heard the cowbells in Starkville, you haven't heard anything. Arizona State took a win last week over Northern Arizona, but for some reason the voters in the polls didn't like it. Arizona State drops down 1 in the rankings. But I'm going to take Mississippi State. Kind of weird. Nobody's really talking about them. But I love when a SEC school is a home dog.
Oh, yeah.
Arizona State ranked number 12 going into Mississippi State. I was reading this also. I made a part of, again, I'm going to always comment on my excellent show prep, that there must be, there must be something to do with casinos in Starkville, because all the coaches every week complain about having to either stay in Tupelo, which is about an hour and a half away, or Tuscaloosa, which is about where Alabama is, an hour away. For some reason, they can't stay in Starkville. It's weird. I should have done that research. Maybe somebody can Google it here and become our assistant.
Well, they have a lot of. Victoria, can you look that up if you can?
Thank you, Victoria. Casinos.
Victoria's our research director.
Yeah, casinos near Starkville, Mississippi.
I can tell you that.
That's not Biloxi. That's not
No, Biloxi.
Yeah, Biloxi has casinos, but that's about an hour and a half up the.
No. But what I'm saying is, right along the Gulf coast there. Well, southern, they have tremendous amount of boats that do a lot.
Oh,
of
you know
gambling.
what? The
Yeah.
Tom Bigby River, which is a waterway from Tennessee all the way to the Gulf,
Right.
might come through there. They might have gambling boats.
I could tell you.
Damn it, Benny, you're smart.
I visited those places and I remember having to go. What's that?
I don't know. She said Hard Rock.
Okay, Hard Rock.
We'll be back next week with more information if Mississippi State wins that game. If not, we'll forget I ever said anything about it. Thank you very much.
Look at this note. Just to give you a.
Okay.
Yeah, just to let you know.
Backyard Brawl, ladies and gentlemen, 4:15 p.m. on the SEC Network. The Gators at home taking on your South Florida Bulls.
Now, that's a big game.
Well, I don't think anybody's giving the Bulls a chance. I think Florida's 18.5-point favorites. But they beat Boise State week 1. USF did. They came down here ranked. Boise State's always a gambler's dream. Everybody's always betting on them. Or maybe that's just me. Maybe that's why I don't have any money. Anyways.
I'm going to go with the underdog on this one. That's why there's no money. That's the pizza.
think ourselves money.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Look at everybody laughing.
I know. Hey.
around, please, Benny, one time.
Oh, yeah.
Please,
Hold on.
everyone, see
Everybody-
the applause sign.
Yeah, once in a while, just for the sound
There-
effect.
there you
Can
go.
anybody applaud? for
Thank
us?
you. Thank you very much.
All we
Thank,
gotta do is,
Hey,
we'll
all
ask
right.
it for an applause there. There you go.
Very nice. Very
Wow.
nice. Well done.
And
Well
that
done.
was
Ben.
that was a Clearwater parking people.
Wow,
just
that was
did
awesome.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So,
All right.
so the Bulls traveling into the swamp. One thing we want to talk real quickly about the Bulls. Their quarterback, Brown, senior quarterback, really had an excellent game. They love his leadership. And the guy's huge. I think he's like 6'3", 215 pounds. He runs a pretty good show up there. They say his leadership skills. He's really taking control of that team. It's his team. I look for USF to play a pretty good game here. The Gators, of course, weren't tested because who did the Gators play last week? The Long Island Loan Sharks, Benny's favorite team out of Queens up there. But,
Excellent. They
I
just
mean,
raised
that's-
after that game.
a lot of money was collected on that game in Long Island.
The parking was at a horse field. The horses love it, and they raised parking for the next game to
Yeah.
$4.
Yeah. So, hey, listen, my pick on this game, I'm going to go against the Gators. They're going to win, but they will not cover against the mighty Bulls. I am not going to call an upset on this game, but don't be surprised if the Gators are sweating on this one. No pun intended in the swamp.
You did rehearse this week.
Thank you for making my pre-show notes, Katie. Number 14, Florida State at home after beating Roll Tide at home in Tallahassee. They get the East Texas A&M football team. I picked them last week. The Noles put it on the Tide. In one of the biggest jumps in poll history, FSU rises up to number 14 in the nation. They get a cupcake this week. I don't know the line, but Noles will roll. One of the marquee games on the board for Saturday, primetime game, 7:30, ABC Network. Number 15, Michigan, takes on number 18, Sooners.
That's big. Big game.
A lot to think about this game. I think the first thing I want to say, two college blue bloods meeting early, like any of the rest of them. Alabama, Tennessee, Ohio State, all the big games. This is one of them. I got to give our friend, in case he's watching, Paul over at the Clearwater Shenanigans. This is one of his big teams. I know he'll be pulling for the Michigan Wolverines. Both teams took care of their week one games. They didn't really play anybody, with Michigan beating New Mexico, and the Sooners beating Illinois State. Even though Michigan's ranked ahead of Oklahoma, Michigan brings a freshman quarterback into Oklahoma. I think that's a disadvantage. The Sooners will be hyped for this game. I'm going to take Oklahoma. Michigan is favored in this game. Both teams kind of have a lot of transfers, expecting them to do a lot. So this will kind of be a barometer, I think, for both teams, what they need to work on, where their weaknesses are. So.
I'm going to go with Oklahoma. I thought in the beginning of the week, even Oklahoma was favored. You're saying Michigan is favored now?
I think so. Maybe I'm wrong.
I think Oklahoma was favored by 5.5, but they're playing at home. There's a tremendous fan base in Oklahoma. So
let's check the line on this. Make sure that.
Where's our research director?
We want to make sure that we have this 7:30 primetime game.
You know what? Our research director's on lunch break. God, I can't believe it.
I got it.
No, we got it. We're kidding. We just like to make you just turn around.
So you're 100% correct. I got that wrong. And so I am picking Oklahoma State, giving up 5.5 to win at home against Michigan. Thank you, Benny, for that correction live on the air.
It's my college football expertise.
I love it.
Thanks, ChatGPT.
Yes, thank you very much. Number 16, Iowa State, taking on Iowa. This is an in-state rivalry, goes back. There'll be a lot of hype on this game. For me, basically home team's getting the advantage, but I'm going to take Iowa coming in to beat Iowa State. Iowa State University favored at 3.5.
I go with that.
All right.
Yeah,
All right.
I go with that too. Same rationale.
Number 17, SMU versus Baylor. That's a 12 o'clock game. Two Texas teams renew their rivalry. SMU has a lot of key injuries this week. Baylor did a good job against Auburn, even though they lost. Baylor's quarterback chalked up a lot of yards in Auburn. So I kind of like Auburn here. I wanted to double check the line on this one also.
I think that changed too.
Let me find that game. 12 o'clock. SMU favored by 2.5. So the experts are picking this to be a pretty close game. Again, I'm going to take the road team Baylor to surprise SMU. I think that early ranking's a little bit too high, so I'm going with Baylor after their performance, after their loss to Auburn, who of course Auburn's SEC. That's a pretty good team.
Well, I have some breaking news.
Do we got to get music for breaking news? But go ahead.
Oh yeah, we have to find somebody to do breaking news. Am I correct that Djokovic lost? Wow, he has lost, and in 3 straight sets. And I forgot the name. They're not showing it on the screen. Carlos? Yeah. Wow, that is huge because he's been on a roll. So for you tennis fans out there, and obviously, like I told you before, once this tennis is over, it's back to not watching it until next year.
Whatever happened on the U.S. Open was big. I will tell you that. That I know for sure.
That is really, really big for the tennis Opens being, yeah.
Moving on with the picks, number 19, Texas A&M playing Utah State. Elko's brought in some pretty good talent at A&M there, some good transfers. He's got his top returning quarterback, Reed. He performing at a high level. They're talking about him. They have big expectations for him at A&M, playing in the SEC. They had to step it up, kind of been the SEC stepchild. I look for A&M to win here and not cover.
Me too.
And number 20, Ole Miss at Kentucky. This is Lane Kiffin bringing his boys in to visit Kentucky. I wanted to quickly also check this line. Looks like Ole Miss is on the road in Kentucky, favored by 8.5. And you know, Mark Stoops coaches Kentucky. I love the Stoops coach pedigree. They're always competitive. They may not have as much talent as Ole Miss. I look for Kentucky to have a real balanced attack with the Stoops coaching program. And I look for Kentucky to cover the line here. I don't think they'll beat Ole Miss. It could be very close. But with Ole Miss favored at 8.5, I'm going to take Kentucky on this game.
Me too.
That's the top 20. I kind of run through the top 21, just give you who's going to win the game. Alabama falls way down the charts to number 21. They'll be at Louisiana Monroe comes into Tuscaloosa. Of course, we're going to take the Tide at home. Tennessee moves up 2 spots. They're playing Eastern Tennessee State University. Man, I'm going to pick Tennessee in this. I think it's a pretty big line. But being from Tennessee, even though I'm a Memphis State, now University of Memphis fan, Tennessee has the big orange jinx. They always lose a game they should have won early in the season.
You mean the Cowboys or?
No,
I'm sorry.
Thank you. It's
sorry.
okay. I'm okay. I'm okay.
We lose. We win every game, by the way, the Jets, and then we lose from then on. So.
There you go. That's true. You win a few. Yeah. Vols win but don't cover. Number 23, Indiana gets Kennesaw State. Indiana rolls and covers at 36. Texas Tech versus Kent State. Texas Tech's at 24. Texas Tech rolls by 60 or more. They're going to kill them. Number 25, Utah taking on Cal Poly. I'll take the Utes. Utes will be hard to stop. So that's a top 20 right there, and the top 25. Week 1 was pretty awesome. I think as we go on here, we'll start seeing some trends, start seeing some different things. But it's been pretty exciting to kind of go from week 0, which we started, and kind of see the games. We're starting to get, I think we'll see get familiar with, some of the coaching, who's running, who's doing what. So I'm kind of excited about this. We hit a lot of our games last week, and it was kind of fun. So we want to thank everybody that's watching. We got some more stuff here, but man, it's just been. I wanted to say it's been fun.
Yeah.
We need to cover our events and some other stuff, but
Right.
You want to do one more trivia, Ben?
Yeah, let me get on to the trivia.
This is for a $10 gift certificate right here at the world famous Hog Daddy's Beach Bar and Grill. $10 gift certificate. If you're having a cold beer right now, we could buy it for you.
All right. Let me get to my trivia. I was jumping all around here. Let's see. All right. Okay, I'll do one college football and one NFL. Who is the all-time winningest program in college football history by total wins?
By total wins?
That's right.
Which college program has the most wins all time?
By total wins, yes, that's correct.
I'm going to say Notre Dame.
Everybody
I don't
else?
think I can play. I'm sorry.
What's that?
Mike says Harvard.
No. Who said Michigan? Raise your hand. That gentleman's going to get a free beer.
Whoa!
Mulberry. Yeah.
Very good. We got a winner in the crowd. Look at that.
You just got to fill out this income tax form, so you probably.
We're going to
owe
need
us
you to fill out
$3.
some
No.
tax information.
All right, and then let's do one NFL. Who was the first quarterback to win 5 Super Bowls? Don't.
That's easy.
I know. I do easy, moderate. Anybody?
Tom Brady.
Boy, you know, and I did. By the way,
Our producer has.
our producer just got it right. Tom Brady. He was going to walk over and look at the screen. What did I tell you? Do not look at the screen. I don't want to.
We're going to change your prize to 1 free hamburger, though, Mike. Sorry about that.
No, Mike's. Oh yeah. 1 free hamburger for Mike. All right.
So it's September's come onto the beach with some cooler temperatures. I want to just give a quick shout out. We love it. Cooler temperatures mean fall football, but what it means to us is our second annual Halloween party. I had to talk about it a little bit. It's a 3-day event. It's going to be a super fun deal. It has a theme for every night. Thursday night, Witches Gone Wild. Friday night, Zombie Prom. And Saturday, the final masquerade.
All right. That's good. That's
Yeah, I do have another announcement about it. I went above and beyond on Friday night. I have hired a New Orleans band to do a funeral march through the entire restaurant.
Oh, that's going to be
Hold
great.
your applause. Hold your applause.
Please.
I know you're excited.
Yeah, I think it's going to be great. First thing, every idea you come up with, I look at you, and then it's done. You got it. I don't know where you got that band from, but I remember seeing a note from you. Anybody know a band? And then I came in here that day, and he goes, "I got one." I'm like, amazing.
There you go. I want to remind everybody also, we always have something going on here at the world famous Hog Daddy's. Next Monday night, we start Open Jam back up. Tuesday night, you can win all kinds of gift certificates with trivia by Trivia Nation. Wednesday night, we have live music. Thursday night is always ladies' night. Thursday night, football. We play the game, then we do the music. Friday night, live music. And, of course, Saturdays and Sundays for college and pro football. We have all the packages, all the games, and a little bit unique about our restaurant bar is we can have 4 different game sounds. You have the main Hog Daddy area. You have the Cantina outdoor deck bar. You have the Cantina dining room, and then back in the arcade room. So we can actually do 4 games simultaneously. So tell your friends. Tell them to come out to the big games. We can host huge parties. We have 2 patios, one out front and one in between us and the breakfast place next door. So that's kind of it. You got anything else, Benny?
No,
Anything going on?
I'm looking at the parking lot across the street, which is not free parking for those who come here. Those are people who are working at some hotels here. But I could just see you putting in a big drive-in over there at night.
Yeah.
A Hogg, imagine this. Hogg's Drive-In.
I'm going to get on the drive-in once we finish our search for our HR person, which after today, we're definitely going to need a new HR person. Victoria's kind of been a little wild lately, so... okay, I apologize.
Oh, she's the head of HR? Oh, I forget about that. Well, everybody, thank you so much for watching today's episode. We really appreciate the support and all of the nice comments that people have been giving us on the show. It's a work in progress. I want to give thanks, Jeff, again, for this great opportunity. He's a great man, and I really appreciate the opportunity to do this. Of course, we have to mention our spouses, Kim and Katie, who put up with us 7 days a week, and watching Katie watch me try to figure out some crazy, stupid jokes that I have to write down. So thank you for that. Anything else, my friend?
No, man, I think that's it. Thank you, everybody who's here today, and thank you, everybody online for watching. Like Benny said earlier, this is a pre-recorded show, and we look forward to being live next Saturday. It always has a little extra magic to it when we're here early in the morning.
Yes.
So thank you for joining the Hog Daddies TV, the Boss Hogg and Benny show. Thank you guys very much.
Have a great weekend, everyone.